Frogs coach Gary Patterson has 11 seasons on his resume where he's led the team to at least 10 wins, and hopefully this is a bounce-back campaign. Football may be the biggest, but it's not the only thing in the spotlight at TCU, which, in case you forgot, stands for Texas Christian University.
You know, sometimes the C in TCU people mistake for construction.
While construction workers continue to make improvements to TCU's football stadium just outside his office, TCU Athletic Director Jeremiah Donati is hammering away at ways to improve the entire department, a program that's been on the rise since the Frogs joined the Big 12 7 years ago.
I think when we got into the conference, it was like, okay, we're here, but now what? And I think there were some folks that questioned, okay, can they compete? Can they compete with the Oklahomas, the Texases, the bigger schools? And we've done so.
In fact, last year, 18 of the 21 TCU sports teams advanced to postseason play. 11 of those squads were ranked in the top 25 during their respective seasons. Donati credits the coaching. The question is, would he swap his coaches for any other staff in the state of Texas or beyond?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that, and I would say that nationally. I think our secret sauce, and I say this all the time, has been the people here.
It's no secret that TCU almost lost one of their best coaches when UCLA made a play for men's basketball coach Jamie Dixon. It was more than just a chance for Dixon to coach at one of the famed college basketball programs. It would have put him closer to his parents.
You know, for him, it was an issue of, being, wanting to see an opportunity or wanting to at least look at it, being close to his family. And I understand that.
In the end, Dixon ended up staying at his alma mater when UCLA reportedly wouldn't consider paying his $8 million buyout clause. Donati is adamant that Dixon isn't bitter about the way things played out.
Coach has always told me this is his dream job. He's a Hall of Famer here. He played basketball here. This is where he wanted to be, and he never told me otherwise. So the day that was over, that we turned the page there, we got right back to work.
And speaking of getting back to work, with summer practices only weeks away, Gary Patterson is set to begin his 20th season as the Horned Frogs head football coach. How many more years will Patterson be prowling the sidelines?
Hopefully a long time. I mean, I think Gary, I think he loves being here. I think he loves being a coach and coaching here at TCU.
And TCU certainly loves Patterson. 3 years ago, a statue honoring the winningest coach in TCU history was unveiled on campus, right outside the athletic director's office.
I'd be lying to you if I told you that I thought he'd be a coach that, coached till he was 80. I think Gary's got other things in life he'd like to do. His contract goes through 24, and I expect him to honor that, and we'll just take it as it comes. I'd love for him to be the coach as long as I'm here, because I just can't imagine a day as I look down and see a statue that he's not here. But I also recognize that Gary's 59 years old. He's been a coach here almost 20 years, and it can't go on forever. I do understand that.
That brings us back to the renovations to Amon G. Carter.
The stadium expansion will be a game changer for us.
By adding 22 suites, 2,000 club seats, and a larger video board, Donati says TCU is making a very powerful statement.
It shows commitment that we're serious about competing in this conference. We're serious about football here. And the other thing is to send a message to recruits that TCU is serious about football, that we're serious about competing, and that with the best coach in the country, that we're planning on doing it for a long time.
Jeremiah Donati, pretty cool dude.